every Steelers fan, and more importantly, everybody in that Steelers organization from the top down, to start asking tough questions about the operation of this team and what they're trying to do moving forward.
Well, the thing that made it tough also is the fact he had a new head coach in D'Amico Ryans, although he comes from a very good background, especially defensively. He was good under Shanahan out in San Francisco. But they've had 4 head coaches in 5 years. And the distressing thing was the Steelers were basically out-coached, out-played, out-executed, out everything in that game. And you're right, it's one thing to lose a game on a kind of a fluke way, but they were never in that game. And you cannot score 6 points, no touchdowns, which begs the question, you know, I was thinking when they're down early in this game and they were struggling to do anything offensively, I understand you have Chris Boswell. I understand 3 points get you on the board and maybe create some momentum. But they weren't going to win games with field goals. They needed to do more than that. And they were in position finally getting across midfield in the second half, Andrew, to put something on the board and do something big. Instead, you know, early on, they were just content with the field goals. I don't know if I would have done that. And then later in the game on the 4th and 1 call, I mean, everybody's scratching their heads over a shotgun in that situation, and the fact that Kenny Pickett spun away and actually ran himself into trouble.
Bob, he took field goals when he probably shouldn't have, and then he kicked it, or then he went for it when if he kicked it would have made it a one-possession game. And if Boswell would have made that kick, they kick there and they're down 7, and I would have been sitting on my couch saying, oh my goodness, the Steelers have been getting completely outplayed here, and they're only down a touchdown. And their defense had actually gotten a couple stops in a row there in the second half, so who knows? You've got a lot of Steelers fans there. If it's a touchdown game, all of a sudden, you're breathing life back into the game. Instead, you get your quarterback hurt, you call timeout, you give some cockamamie explanation about how you wanted the measurement, or you didn't get the right measurement. It was 1.5 yards instead of 1 yard, so that required you to go shotgun with no play action, even though you would run the ball pretty well with Najee Harris in the second half of the game. Just complete and utter insanity from them in the second half of the game. They got what they deserved. It doesn't make me feel any better about things, though, because I don't think changes. Tomlin said, hell yeah, changes are happening. I had 2 people tell me tonight that they went to work today and Matt Canada was still operating as the offensive coordinator. So if people are waiting for that change, it sounds like it ain't going to happen in time for Sunday's game against the Ravens. And I'm not even sure it's going to happen on the bye week, Bob, if things don't get fixed. It just doesn't feel like it's in the Steelers' DNA to make a big change like this midseason.
Yeah, normally they do it after the season, but I will also say that it makes no sense to do it this week. I don't know what you can install if you get rid of Matt Canada. All it would be is changing who's calling what plays, if that hasn't changed already. We don't know all of that. So, you know, the bottom line is
But he calls the same plays over and over again, Bob.
I understand that, but is he actually doing that? Do you actually think, like I was thinking about this, that 4th and 1 call, I know we're over here, so I want to get this quickly. 4th and 1 call, they took a timeout. They talked about it. To me, that sounds like there was a lot of discussion about what they could call, and maybe that wasn't Canada's call. I don't know. Those are things we'll never know. My point is they won't do it now. They may not do it the bye week. Maybe they should, but we'll see how this game goes. If they win, I'll end on this note, they'll be in first place. Hugo, the NFL is so messed up. We're going to take a break. 412-575-2600. We have a lot of people want to talk. We'll get to those calls next right here on KDKA+.